Are we live? I think we're live. Hi guys, welcome to the team call. Elizabeth is on, Jeannie's on, Dee's on, Talia, Janelle, Sarah P, Sarah B is on. Welcome you guys. Thanks so much for being here. If you haven't said hi yet, head over to the chat and say hi. Maybe tell us where you're from. That'd be cool. Let's see where you're from. Hi Angie. Hi, Keelan. Hi, Megan. What's up, guys? So I think most of you know, but I'll just tell you, my name is Sarah Tri. I am the founder of Team Triceps. I started this business with Team Beachbody 4.5 years ago in December of 2011. Had no clue what it would turn into, but it has become a complete business, full-blown business and career and passion for me, and I love it. So I'm here to help you guys do what I've done and create an awesome business. Oh my gosh, we have everybody from everywhere. Ontario, Canada, West Central Illinois, Central Illinois. Wendy, what's up, girl? Dee's from Oregon, Carrie's from Orlando, Christine from Jersey, Liz from PA. Let's see, Jasmine from Michigan, Stacy from Albany, New York. Oh my gosh, we have everybody from everywhere. Tammy from Normal, Illinois. That's where I used to live. That's where I met Tammy. Let's see. We had someone from Maryland. Where? Janelle, you see your face on your board? What's up with that? I had to redo my dream board, guys, my vision board, and I have I just had to put the people that I'm really digging in with on that board. It's not really necessarily about my goals. I had a couple of my goals here, like 410 Elite, speak at 3 events, and some savings and pay off my student loan. But it definitely feels good to kind of put some other faces on that board and to help, to know that I'm here to help people. And that's really my why and my passion. So here we go, guys. After Summit, I had to redo that. And I haven't done one like that in a long time where like I cut and clip and tape. So that was pretty fun. I did that yesterday as I was kind of processing everything from Summit. But who saw my video on Sunday night when I got home from Summit and I was slightly drunk and just had gotten out of the shower and was very emotional? Did you guys see that? Adam took me out for a couple drinks, and I just, like, you know, the waterworks just were coming, and it just, I just had to share everything that was happening. And Adam was just like, you are a hot mess, like so emotional. And I don't think he meant it in a bad way, but you know, I just had to get it out. And I've been trying to figure out, like, what is so emotional about all this? Like, what's happening with all this? And I was talking to a 2-star diamond on the team, Sarah Pollard. I was talking to her this morning on a one-on-one call. We talk every couple weeks, and we were just chatting. And Sarah wasn't at Summit, so I was kind of just telling her my little takeaways. And I think it kind of hit me a couple hours after I talked to her. But you know, that speech that Carl gave and the speech that Melanie Mitro gave hit me really hard. And I think you guys know that. I think I talked about that in that video on Team Triceps. But why did it hit me so hard? Why is it so emotional for me? Like, what was it about that like hit me here that just makes it, I don't know, like I kept thinking about it, and I really truly believe that because they said it takes hard work and being a CEO is brutal and it's not always easy, and it's really hard and it's a lot of work, and it's not going to ever be easy, and there's going to be days where you want to give up and you want to quit, but you have to keep going, and you have to still get up early, and you have to outwork your competition, and you have to work really, really, really hard. I think when they said that, it just made me feel like, okay, like I'm not crazy, because honestly, I think I know I do this. So if I do this, I know you guys do this. So like we watch people on social media, like we see the highlight reel, you know, you guys probably watch me, some of the other top coaches and other top coaches on Team Triceps, whoever it is, you watch them and you see the highlight reel. You don't know what's really happening in their business or know the struggles or the hard work or the long hours that they put in. I don't post on social media that I've worked 12 hours today or 16 hours or I stayed up till midnight getting things done, right? I don't post that stuff, and I should post that. But you know, like I'm looking to people like Christine Dwyer and Melanie Mitro and Amy Silverman. I mean, I got to talk with Amy at the Elite Party, and I'm just like, girl, you're going to be top 10 for year 4 in a row. Like, what are you doing? You know? And I've been friends with her for a couple years, and I just kind of picked her brain. And I think I see these people, and I'm just like, you know, I'm not resilient to the doubts and the fears, because in my mind, I'm self-sabotaging, and I'm saying, well, there's just something extra special about Lindsay Matway, or something extra special about Christine Dwyer, or something extra special about Melanie Mitro, or something extra special about Amy Silverman, because I pull up the, you know, their Facebook or their Instagram, and they just look, it looks perfect, right? It looks perfect. Their life looks amazing. And I'm thinking to myself, how can it be so amazing? They have to, like, I've worked so hard and I've never hit top 10. How can they hit top 10 over and over? Those are the things that are going through my mind, you know? And I think that it's so emotional for me, because that is what's holding me back from reaching even higher goals, and reaching like a goal like 15 star, or pushing myself to even hit top 10. Not that that's a goal on my list, but just, you know, taking my business to the next level. And I think it's because I am saying, you know, they just have something special that they, you know, I work just as hard as them, but that's just rationalization. And I don't work as hard as them. They work probably 3 times as hard as I do. So I think it was just like this release, like, I'm not crazy, you know? And I think also, like, when Carl was saying, like, it's brutal being a CEO, like, you have to deal with so much stuff. I mean, you guys know, like, your customer's not happy, you're getting the text, you know, not Beachbody. Like, you have to deal with it. Like, if one of you, you know, has an issue with a coach or a customer, you come to me and I help you deal with it. That's part of what we do. And it's hard, and it's not easy, and it tests us. And when people quit, it tests us. When people give up, when people say they're going to do one thing and they don't, that all tests us, and that all makes it so brutal. And I feel like when Carl said those words, it was like, I am not crazy. Like, it is friggin' hard for everybody, you know? And I think that it was just so freeing to hear that. And I feel, I don't know, I think that's where all of the emotion is coming from, that it's like, I'm not crazy, that this does take hard work, and that I don't need to let those doubts tell me that they have something better than I do, because they don't. They just are working harder. They're just putting in more hours. And whether you can put in more hours or not, or whether you want to hear that or not, this business just isn't easy. Like, it's just not going to be handed to you. Just like anything in life, nothing in life is handed to you. For those of you that are moms or dads, you understand what it takes to be a parent. I can't even imagine the work that goes into raising children. I cannot even imagine it. So, anything, good at your job, good at what you do, good at anything, it takes so much hard work to become an expert and to be really, really good at something. And I think that was something I needed to hear, because when we see the highlight reel, we think it comes easy, and it doesn't. So I promise to do a better job showing you guys the hard work. I'm not sure how I'm going to show that yet, but I'm gonna show the hard work more, and just because I'm in the weeds just as much as you are, and I'm working just as hard as you are, and I'm gonna be working just as hard as those top 10 coaches, because I want this and I'm hungry for this. You know, you have to ask yourself, what do I want? Are you hungry or not? When you close your eyes, what do you want out of life? That is what motivates you. That is what motivates you. So let me just take a picture of me doing this, because maybe I'll post it on social media if it turns out good. There we go. So, because you guys, you know, like, I take time to prep for these calls, and this is really important for me to bring you good content. You guys know that I love systems, and I love helping you and bringing you all this stuff to make you successful. That's one thing that I love doing, and that I'm super, super passionate about. So I spend a lot of time prepping for these calls. This isn't just let me just pull it together, right? So this call, I'm actually going to do something very similar. I'm speaking at the Toledo Super Saturday in front of 300 people on Sunday. So I'm really excited. So this is kind of, this is the content that I'm going to be using. So I'm kind of running through it here. But one other thing and that's going to, what we're talking about tonight is inviting. One other thing that I got from Summit was, why am I so shy about inviting? I mean, I invite, but I don't invite enough. Like, there is no way I'm inviting enough. And I love what I do. Like, don't you guys love it? Aren't you so proud that you are the ones inspiring people to get healthy and to live better? Like, we are the people that are changing this world, right? Like, we need to be proud of that. Like, we need to scream that from the rooftops. We need to tell everybody we know what we're doing. You know, like, I feel like I'm just not putting it out there enough, and I'm not telling enough people. Like, we have got to invite everybody. People need us so badly. They need us so badly. There's so many unhealthy, obese people that have no idea, and they're scared and they're fearful, and we have got to invite them. We have got to tell them what we do. We have got to make them see the value in us, okay? We do incredible things. Like, we can change people's lives. We just have to put it out there. If you're not willing to step outside of your comfort zone and invite people and get to know people, you will never get that feeling of what it feels like to change somebody's life. You know, Christy, one of my PS coaches, Christy Hersey, who was up for that ultimate health transformation, she didn't win, but just posting that and getting everybody to vote during that time, like a month ago, it just reminded me of how much her life has changed because of Beachbody and because of her joining my challenge group many years ago, right? And she did the work. Like, she put in the work. She was ready to change, and she was not stopping until she was there. I mean, that girl is dedicated and incredibly inspiring, right? But it's because I reached out to her, because I was like, Christy, you can do this. We can do this. We can change. It's all about the invite. Okay, so that's why I wanted to talk about that tonight, the layers of inviting, because it's not just the invite. It's not just, hey, do you want to join my support group? That's not it. That's just one piece of it. Okay, so there are 7 layers that I think I've come up with for the invite. There's 7 layers, and they're kind of in 3 different categories. Okay. So let's talk about the layers of inviting. It's kind of like an onion. So you have to start with that top layer. We can't just go in and invite somebody. We have to get to know them. We have to understand them, and we have to prime them. So if you, you guys, I think most of you saw that Adam and I bought a new house, and we're super excited. So he's out there right now working in the yard at the property, and this property is outside the town of Sturgeon Bay. So we are on well water, and we have a septic. So the well, how does a well work? A well works by priming it. There's got to be priming the pump to get the water to come out, right? Water just doesn't free flow. Something's got to prime. That pump has to pull that water up to bring it into the house. So we have got to prime people before we expect them to say yes, before they open up and let us help them, okay? We have got to prime people first. So the first category, which has 5 of the 7 layers, is priming. So the first category is called priming the pump, and there are 5 layers in priming. 5 layers, and there's 7 total. So the most of what we are doing is in the priming stage. We are priming people to be open to receive our invite, to be open and trusting from the start. Okay, so the first layer, and I hope that you have you know what, before we go into this, I have some questions for you. I totally forgot about this. We're going to ask some questions. Okay, hold on one second. So I want to go back. I want to take us back just a minute before we get into all of that amazing content, because I've got some really good stuff for you guys. And by the way, it's not new. It's just a different way of looking at it, like a different perspective. But I want to take you guys back real quick. So I want you to just close your eyes. And I want you to think of your upline sponsor. Whether there's good feelings, bad feelings, indifferent feelings, think about your upline sponsor. Who invited you to be part of Team Beachbody? Okay? Now think about what they did to invite you. Was there a specific post that stood out? Was there a text? Was there an email? Was it a Facebook message? Was it an Instagram message? What was it about what they were doing that stuck out? Was it posting over time? Was it that initial first message that started the conversation? How did they do it? How did they invite you? How did they prime the pump? How did they invite you to join? Okay, so you're writing this down. Now, I want you to close your eyes again. Close your eyes again. And I want you to think about where you would be without this opportunity. Where would you be if Beachbody was not in your life right now? I would be sitting at a cubicle in Bloomington, Illinois. You know, going through all these changes that State Farm was going through, stressed out. Adam would be stressed out working for Caterpillar. I mean, our lives would be completely different. Yeah, exactly, Talia. I don't even want to think about it, but think about it, because this is how we get over the fear of inviting. Think about it, feel it. Where would you be if that person never did the invite or reached out? Now, right now, we're going to take 5 minutes. Right now, pull out your phone. Get your phone out. It's probably already out. Get your phone out and text that person and tell them how grateful you are that they stepped out of their comfort zone and invited you to this business, because you would not be where you are without them. So get out your phone and text your upline sponsor right now and say, thank you. I am forever grateful for you stepping outside of your comfort zone and inviting me to join you on this incredible mission and journey. I would not be where I am without you. When you send that, just being grateful, that just reminds you where you would be without this. And when, I mean, my heart is beating right now because I would not be where I am right now. It's an awesome feeling to think, wow, somebody really like got over their fears, stepped out of their comfort zone to invite me to help change my life. That is so fucking unselfish. It's not even funny. All we worry about is our feelings when it comes to inviting. But that person that invited you to do this, to change your life, was so unselfish. They weren't worried about their life. They were worried about your life. So why would you ever want to hold somebody back from that feeling? Why would you ever want to keep this community and this feeling, this life-changing experience and tribe from somebody else? It is selfish to hold it in. We have this incredible opportunity to share with somebody and to change their life. I know it's hard. But what in this world is easy? Nothing. Nothing. Everything that's hard, everything that takes commitment and drive and hunger is always worth fighting for. It's always worth stepping outside and doing something different. Okay, did everybody send their text? I have a few people saying that they're crying and that they love this experience. And there is a huge fear of rejection when it comes to inviting. Of course, that's the fear that's holding you back. But what about that one person that says yes? That you can change their life, that they could be on stage losing 80 pounds, you know, about to win $100,000. What about that person? Isn't 20 no's worth helping that one person? Isn't 20,000 no's worth helping that person? Yeah, it feels really good to do that. Awesome. Okay. I'm so proud of you guys for sending that. It's so good to remember your roots and where you started, and to just be grateful for that. Be grateful for the opportunity that you've been given, because it wasn't easy for your upline sponsor to ask you to join. It never is. It never is. I'll tell you, it's still hard for me to invite. It still is. Awesome. Okay, so now let's jump in. See, that was a good pause. That was so worth it, right? I'm so glad I didn't forget that part. Okay, so again, let's go back to the meat of the call. So there are 3 categories of inviting. And in those 3 categories, there's 7 layers. So let's think of an onion, and let's think of like 3 different colors of categories. And then within those colors, there's like little layers. So the first category is priming the pump. And in that category, there's 5 layers. So this is the thickest part of that onion, of the invite. It's priming the pump. This is where we spend the most time with the invite, is building that trust and priming that person, getting them ready to accept and be open to your invite, to be open to your to you coaching them. We just want them to be ready to change their life. Okay, so number 1, the first layer within priming is posting. Posting. So are you posting on a consistent basis? Are you out there modeling your behaviors? Are you out there posting, this is what I did today, I worked out? Are you posting inspiring things? Are you out there being positive, letting people see that you're open for business? Do your posts say, if you ever need help, make sure you contact me? You know, one thing that I forget to do whenever I'm on a live video or on a picture or whatever, I forget to always say, hey, if you're ever interested in working with me, just shoot me a message. I said that today after I did a virtual tour of the house on Facebook Live. And for 1 minute, I talked about, hey, if you're interested in doing what I do in coaching, it had nothing to do with what I was posting about, but I still said it. Adam was kind of laughing at me. He's like, gosh, you don't ever do that stuff. And I'm like, I know, but why wouldn't I do that? So we just have to be better at letting people know that we're open for business and posting, modeling what we're doing. This is the first way that people see us, see the true us, is posting. That is the first layer. Okay, the second layer is new conversations. So are you getting out there and starting new conversations? Are you actually out there saying, hey girl, thanks for your support? Are you also on a health journey yourself? Or hey girl, thanks for your support. I saw you liked my last, video. What are your goals with your health and fitness? Excuse me, you could say something like that. What are your goals with your health and fitness? You've got to start those new conversations. That is the second layer in priming, new conversations. The third layer within priming is getting to know them. It's the forming. So you guys know the acronym FORM, F-O-R-M, which means family, occupation, recreation, and then your message. So you ask them about their family. You ask them about what they do. You ask them what they do for fun. You check out their posts. You relate to them. You build trust. You're having ongoing conversations. You're always replying back to them and asking another question, because you're just getting to know them. You're just letting them know that you're a real person. You're relating with them. And yes, this takes some time, but it's so worth it to build that trust. The fourth layer is listening. Okay, it's listening. So as you're forming, make sure that you're listening. Make sure that you're listening. Okay, this is number 4. You are listening to what they're talking about. That is building trust, okay? Because if we don't listen, if we just want to get to that invite, we're never building the trust. You have to listen to what they're saying. You have to listen for cues, and that is going to help you with your invite. Okay? So number 5, the 5th layer, I'm sorry, we're on, still on number 4. So number 4 is listening, but it's also about asking great questions, right? So in order to listen, you've got to ask great questions. So like I said, kind of in the number 3, in the forming and ongoing conversations, you're continuing to ask good questions. Okay, so number 5, let's move on to the 5th layer. This is the last layer within priming, is engaging, recognizing, and supporting on a public level. So engaging with them on their posts on social media, recognizing them. So giving them a repost, like reposting what they did and say, this girl is inspiring and I love what she's doing. Supporting them, giving them support. If they're posting about their journey, support them. Let them know that you care, that you're watching what they're doing. Okay, so that's the 5th one. So let's go over all the layers within priming. Hold on, let me close the door. The dogs are barking. Okay, so within priming, the first layer is posting. So making sure that you're modeling by your posts. The second layer is new conversations. The third layer is ongoing conversations, informing people, getting to know them. The fourth layer is listening and asking great questions. And the 5th layer is engaging, recognizing, and supporting on a public level. So on their posts, like what they post, you're engaging and showing them supportive, that you're supportive on that public level. Okay, we got it? So now we go into the second category, which is the invite. And this is also layer number 6. It's all the same. The category and the layer are the same. It's the invite. Okay, you know them now. You've listened to them. You understand where they're at. You understand where they want to be. You've asked great questions. You know that they'd be great. You know that they'd fit in with this community, whether as a coach or whether they are, you know, whether they want to be a challenger, whether they just need help with their food and nutrition and their fitness, whether they just need that accountability. So just ask them. Just ask them. What if they say no? What happens if they say no? What happens? I'll wait. I know there's a delay. Does anybody die? Does anybody lose a toe? Does your hair fall out? Do you go cross-eyed? No. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. They're just not ready. Okay, so don't take it personally. I know it's so hard to take it personally, and I know that rejection sucks, but they're just not ready. They're just not ready. And maybe, just maybe, if they say no and they're not interested, maybe just go back to getting to know them. Maybe you rushed it. Maybe you rushed it a little bit. Exactly. Wendy says, I said no at first. So here's the thing. I say all those crazy things because I feel like we fear inviting, like we are going to go cross-eyed, or we are going to lose a toe, or we are going to die. But I promise you, it's fine. And guess what? You've at least planted the seed with those people, and they continue to watch you because they're still in that priming the pump. And if you're still posting, they're still watching. Okay? So when you ask them, what does the invite even look like? You guys, it's not that complicated. It's super, super easy. For those of you that were on our 5-step invite process workshop a couple weeks ago, you have it all done for you. Alexa and I are doing that again this month. I don't remember the exact date, but it's in Team Triceps. There's 3 workshops happening this month, so make sure you check those out. But here's what I say to somebody. You know, I say, hey, Tammy, you know I'm a Beachbody coach, and I love it because I love the community and I love the support. I love the tribe. I love the accountability that gives me. Have you ever thought about it being something you would do? Or have you ever thought about joining one of my support groups? Is that something you'd ever consider? I think you'd love it, or I think you'd be great because you're super inspiring, because you have a big heart, because we need more people like you out there. And our tribe is about helping people and paying it forward, and you're perfect for that. It's really that simple. When you build a relationship with somebody, it's really that simple. And so what if they say no? I've never considered it. Well, how about you consider it now? I think you'd be great because. When you ask it that way, have you ever considered, the no is not really a no to the opportunity, it's no, I've never considered it. I really like, using that language. And then the last category, which is also layer 7, they are the same, is the check-in, or also known as the follow-up. But I kind of like check-in better. So this is the check-in. So checking in with somebody is so powerful. It is so powerful, whether it's about joining your challenge group or about getting a mortgage or about going to the dentist or about going to the chiropractor. I've had all 3 of those people in my life, a mortgage company, dentist, and a chiropractor, check in and give me calls on a regular basis as to when I'm ready to do this. Also realtors. I have realtors checking in with me because Adam and I were thinking about buying a house in Austin at one point. We still have realtors that check in with us. Hey, are you guys still thinking about buying a house in Austin? Every 6 months they check in. This is how you build a business. You stay in touch with the people that you know have some interest in what you're doing. You check in with them. Okay, so have a system for checking in. Here's what I do. Here's what Alexa taught me to do. When you send the invite, and let's say that they haven't really answered you yet. Let's say that a lot of times we get the no answer. You do a check-in and you say, hey, I just wanted to check in. Did you see my message? I know you're super busy. Did you see my invite to my next group? It starts on this date. That's the check-in. The first message is just a check-in. The second message, you're giving a little bit of urgency and you're saying, hey, look, I've got a group that starts in a week and I think you'd really love it. If now's not the right time, that's cool. Just let me know. There's a little bit more urgency. And then the last one is, hey, sounds like you're not ready because I haven't heard from you. That's cool. Are you okay if I check in with you next month when I run my next group? I really believe that you've got to be ready and timing has to be right to be fully committed to this kind of change in your life. And then from there, you check in with them every single month. You check in with them every single month. Hey, Liz, how are you? I see that you've been posting about this. It looks like you're having a great time. How are you doing with your health and fitness? Are you staying accountable? Are you staying on track? Do you need help? This is a process, guys. This is not just a willy-nilly, free falling, free balling, whatever. Like this is a business and we've got to treat it like one, right? And we are here to help people, not to just let people slip through the cracks. Don't let people slip through the cracks. You're checking in because you care, because you want them to get results. We want to help people submit their stories for the Beachbody Challenge, right? Don't you want people to have success? Don't we want people to eat better and live better? Don't you feel so much better doing this? So we check in because we care. We've got to remember that. We've got to keep that fire in our belly for what we want and why we're hungry for this. Okay? So here's some best practices. I want you to write these down. Best practices. Janelle, the dream is free, the hustle is sold separately. That is so true. So here's some best practices, and this is how you don't let people slip through the cracks, is that you have to stay organized. You have got to get yourself organized. If you are not organized, you are not running a business. If you're not organized, you're not running a business. So what are you doing here? Is this just for fun, for hobby? That's totally fine. Ask yourself, what do I want? But if you're running a business and you want to build this, you've got to have systems and you've got to be organized. So if you've been on some of the workshops and you kind of sort of implemented, you need to get on them again this month. I'm redoing 2 of them and I'm doing a new one at the end of the month. You need to get on them and get your systems in line. Next Thursday, which is August 11th, the night before my birthday, I'm doing a systems workshop, getting your systems together, getting you organized, okay? Have a system. That's my next best practice tip. It's the same thing, have a system. The next best practice is stay consistent. Create a schedule every single day for an hour is when I send out my messages. It's when I go into my inbox and I answer them. You guys, I have a power hour Monday through Thursday for an hour and a half every day. So that is 6 hours a week where I go in, I send my messages, and I answer my messages for an hour and a half. And that is just like pure grit, hustle, muscle going. And sometimes I get distracted, but I work really hard to not get distracted and just stay in my messages and get them done. 6 hours of dedicated talking with people time and answering messages. I do not answer my messages outside of that time. When I'm doing it, I have my list, which I do in Streak. I have it up, and I'm changing people. I'm moving categories. I'm adding notes every single time. And I only answer people in my dedicated power hour times. That is being organized, that is having business hours, and that is having a system. You need a system. And you have to stay consistent with it. I didn't do my power hour yesterday, but I didn't want to do it again today either. I was like, oh, I got so much to do. I just need to skip it. And I was like, absolutely not. You skipped it yesterday. There's no more skipping it. Get your butt on the power hour. And I did it. And I did it. Okay? Stay consistent. And lastly, outwork your competition. Do you want this? Do you want to build this business? Do you want a life of freedom? Do you want to be your own boss? Do you want to leave your job? Do you want to help as many people as you can help? Do you want that feeling all the time? You've got to outwork your competition. There's a lot of competition out there. There's a lot of Beachbody coaches. You got to go out and you got to find people and you got to talk to people and you've got to work really, really hard. Okay? And Alexa said she's committing to a power hour every single day in August. That a girl? And honestly, every single day for the rest of your life. I love what Melanie Meecher said. She said that she works every weekend. She gets up at 5 a.m. on Saturdays and Sundays and knocks out 3 hours and then she's done. Okay, we can all do that. We can knock out 3 hours on Saturday and Sunday and add 6 hours of work every single week to what we do. Can you imagine the people you will reach? When you knock out time like that and then you're done, then you have the rest of the day and weekend for your family and you, right? I think she said that added like 1,300 hours of extra work that she did. Like, no wonder she's going to be the top coach for the 3rd year in a row. Here's the deal, guys. I have got to say this, but Adam and I did not travel for the first 4 years of this business unless it was Beachbody travel. The first personal trip we ever went on was a year ago to Austin. That was the first personal trip that we took. Every other trip up until that point was Beachbody related trip. Okay, like if you want this, you got to sacrifice for this. Melanie Mitro isn't going off and doing all this travel and whatever because it takes consistent work to be here and now if you want this. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. For those of you that were at Summit or watching all of the announcements about Summit, you know that Beachbody is giving away a ton of money in September, right? So there's this huge pot of money, up to $3 million Beachbody is giving away in September. So if you need to start a challenge group in the Challenge Tracker app on September 5th, okay, on September 5th, and it goes for 4 weeks through October 2nd. And you need to get your people to log 5 Shakeologies each week and 3 workouts. If your people do that 4 weeks in a row, 5 Shakeologies and 3 workouts, 4 weeks in a row, they will get a piece of the pie of that $3 million. You can do the same too. If you do the same thing, you will also get a piece of that pie. The health bet is incredible. Tell everybody about it. You could win $10, you could win $100, you could win $300, you could win $1,000. We have no idea. That is the coolest part about it. Stay consistent. Outwork your competition. That's how you outwork them, because it's really easy for someone to miss one day in that 4 weeks. Don't be that person. Outwork your competition and stay consistent with that. And be on your challengers with it. You can track what they're doing in that tracker app. Get on them so they submit that stuff. Coaches are qualified to win too. And in August, there's 7 programs on sale for $140. No excuses to not get people started. The $140 challenge pack is huge, 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 okay? Like PiYo, 22-minute hardcore, 21-day fix, 21-day fix extreme, 3-day refresh, size, country heat, all on sale for $140. There's something for everybody in that $140 category. And Alexa, Meredith, and I are running a business opportunity call on Thursday night. We started it today. The event page is going to be full of coaches going live and talking about their stories. And then we go right into the webinar on Thursday night. Okay, so the webinar is going to be a short 30-minute webinar all about coaching. Invite the people that are interested in coaching to that event. Get them on that webinar. If you look at the team calendar, whether you're in the Team Cup Mixer or on the Team Triceps page, you'll also see that we have a business opportunity call every Thursday for all of August. Whether it's Meredith, Alexa, myself, or all three of us together, there is a call every Thursday night. So check it out and invite your people. If you don't know where the link is, ask the girls, ask Alexa, ask Meredith, ask me, or post in the team page and tag us, and we will get it for you guys. We are making it so easy. Beachbody is making it so easy for you to be successful and for you to reach people. When I told Adam about all this after Summit, he's like, man, Carl's just giving it away. He's just giving it away because he just wants people to get results. He just wants this for us. He wants it for us, and he wants it for the people out there. There are 226 million people that we have got to reach. And he's making it easier and easier and easier for us to do it. Don't waste the opportunity. Incredible opportunity. Okay? Are we ready? Are we going to do this? Are you guys with me? Stronger every day, you guys. Stronger every day. No matter how hard today is, no matter how hard tomorrow is, you get up and you get right back to it the next day, and you get stronger because of it. I am so blessed and so honored to be a part of this with you guys and to be able to teach you. And I just love this so much, and it just brings me so much joy. And this weekend Summit was everything I needed to hear, and I didn't even know it. And I just feel so grateful. Honestly, I feel so grateful. And after this call, I'm going to message my sponsor, and I'm going to tell her how grateful I am. So thank you so much for being on, you guys. Don't forget to invite. This is the most important part of our business. Invite. Invite. Of course, so is being a product of the product. And honestly, that's part of priming too. Because when you post, you're posting about being a product of the product, right? So is personal development. Post about personal development. Post about changing your mind, right? All the things that you do, you're posting about so that you're showing people how you got to where you are today. All of the vital behaviors are vital for a reason. Okay? You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for being on live. Let me know what you think about this call because I'm going to do it in Toledo this weekend, you know, some sort of form of it. So let me know what you think and tag me on the team page. You guys are amazing. Thanks so much for being on. Love you guys, and I'll see you next Tuesday.